Hello everybody, my name is Shelly and I am a makeup enthusiast. I'm not a professional makeup artist, not sponsored, not affiliated, not endorsed. I don't get anything in PR. So today I thought it would be kind of fun to do another face full of e.l.f. products, and the reason why is there's some new things they came out with. These new Putty Blushes, for instance, are a new release. I also picked up their Putty Primer, but it's the acne fighting one. Not that I get a ton of acne, but occasionally you get a little breakout. I mean, hey, we're not perfect. And we're ladies of a certain age, which means, you know, we don't have perfect skin. But that also, you know, it's funny. I was listening to somebody earlier and they were talking about how, you know, even newborns don't have perfect skin. And I think we forget that. Like, we need to change our perception of what beauty is to be more realistic. That a blemish is not a sign that you're less of a person. So we're gonna play with some e.l.f. products, kind of get up to speed on it. And then I'm gonna do the first of 3 looks with this Desert Bouquet 35D Morphe large palette. I had a request to do some looks with this. So I want to play with that a little bit. I'm going to do one today, and then, because I've got to go back to work, and then I'm going to do 2 looks for my Friday video. So happy Wednesday. If you're new here, I appreciate you stumbling across my channel, and I would love it if you click the little subscribe button. I need subscribers, so feel free to be generous. Even if you don't watch my videos, just, I need subscribers right now. Pretty please. All right, you guys, if you are existing subscribers, you guys keep me going. Thank you guys so much. I literally have the best support group from you guys, leaving positive comments, encouraging me, interacting with me, engaging with me, telling me what it is that you'd like to see. Hey, let's change this. Let's get some makeup on the face, and then we can talk about all this other stuff some other time. I will try not to babble too much. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with this Putty Primer. It's green. I don't know if that means it's gonna be like the Dr. Jart's whatever that is, that has like the redness canceling properties. I kind of hope so. It doesn't smell strongly of anything that looks minty or matcha or whatever green thing. I just grabbed a little bit of this on one of their Putty brushes. Now this is a brush that I didn't wash first because I'm a dumbass, but I just recently got this in the mail. This package just like literally came today, and I thought, you know what better time than to sit down and play with this. I guess I wouldn't normally put on the Putty Primer with a brush, but since I have other Putty products, I figured might as well just use it. Now, I can tell you it feels a little wet on the skin. Found the lid, so that's good. Okay, so let's we'll just give that a second. I don't have an eyelid primer, but I do have this e.l.f. eye balm stuff. I just recently bought a couple new ones from, I don't know, it was JCat or Catrice, that I'm kind of trying out, because I use the Becca one quite a bit. Becca has a anti-fatigue eye balm. They have a couple of them actually, and I've used them in the past, but I saw these other ones and it looked like they were darn near the exact same thing. I'm just using this one because it's conveniently located and my eyes need the balm hydration. I know everybody likes the Camo CC. I personally prefer the BB cream from e.l.f. That makes me in a minority, and I just literally got too much on my hand, so got a little bit of this on, and then I'm going to take a dry flat brush, and actually maybe I need a little bit more. We'll just kind of distribute this. Okay, once I have that all, I gotta make sure I don't have a bunch more in my hair before I run it through my hand, before I run it through my hair. You guys, I washed my hair today and I dried it, and I have been super lazy. It's just been ridiculously hot to sit there and think about drying your hair. Now on screen I look a little lighter than I think I see in the mirror, so maybe it's the shoulders that are kind of darkening it up a little bit. We're gonna fix that. I do have a ring light on, and I do have a box light off to the side kind of pointing behind me to sort of brighten up that thing back there. Should I do a green screen or curtain or something else? Leave me a comment down below. Tell me, does this bother you? So I picked up 2 of these Putty Bronzers. One of them is called Tan Lines, one of them is called Honey Drip. They're, you know, when we talk about inclusivity and things like that, there's been a whole lot of conversation in the last few weeks on it's been a conversation, right? And it should be. Don't get me wrong, it should be a conversation. These guys, when I first saw this first launch of it, there was like 8 shades. And the way they did the photography, the marketing for it, it made it look like there were 30 shades. And then when I actually went to order it, I'm like, okay, there's literally 8 shades. And I'm normally kind of a light, medium, neutral. This is kind of the color that I go for, but I had to make sure it's not too gray, not too red, not too whatever else. So I picked up these 2 colors. This one seems like it might be a little warmer. This one seems a little bit more yellow. Let's swatch. Oh, they're brand new. Let's swatch these on the back of my hand a little bit. Okay, I'm not getting much of anything on here. I think I heard that. I haven't seen a ton of people review these at the time that I'm posting this. It's actually not bad. It seems a little light. That one's Tan Lines. And then the other one is Honey Drip. So let's try Honey Drip. I did order some of the Jaclyn Cosmetics products. Yeah, it's maybe a little warm, but that's kind of a little bit more of a bronzer kind of color for me anyway. I'm going to start with the lighter one and just see. Same putty brush that I used. I'm just kind of drying it off a little bit. Let's load up and let's just see. Okay, pretty subtle actually, but looks completely normal. Sometimes when I have really dark colors, like more like contour type things, I'll do like a reverse foundation where I'll do the contouring first and then do the, you know, like a foundation and BB cream with something over the top of it, especially if I'm doing like a light foundation. I built that up a little bit, went in a couple times, and I'm not upset. I think some people were saying that, you know, what little I did see about it, people were like, oh, it's too light, it blends to nothing. Well, maybe you don't blend it to nothing. I don't know, or maybe I'm just not a makeup artist, and this is one of those things where if I were more perfect about doing makeup, that I would be disappointed. But right now, I'm not disappointed. So as far as like lay people go, like if you're not a makeup artist and you're just doing the best you can with what you have, it seems like it'd be all right with me. It doesn't feel heavy on the skin. It gives my skin a nice glow. Like I'm not upset by it. Let's try the darker color and let's see what that kind of gives us. Not that I necessarily need a darker one, but what if we were to use this kind of just sort of out here? So I'm not upset by it. It actually feels very, very natural and very normal. It feels like, you know, no makeup day. It feels like I could put on some of that to go on vacation and just be like really normal looking, not over the top, not heavy glam. Okay. I did grab a couple of my Putty Blushes. Unfortunately, this is not changed magically. I thought maybe I just couldn't see them, but there's literally no tag on these. They're not the deepest shades. And I can't remember how many of these it came out with, like 5 of them maybe. They're not the deepest shades. This one's a little bit more orange. This one's a little bit more pink, if that helps. Yeah, it's kind of like a corally, actually it looks like that Daria color from Natasha Denona. I probably put this side by side and see if they're a close match. That one's a little bit more pink. I might do the pink one today. I know you can't tell, but I'm wearing kind of like a lilac colored skirt. And the reason why is because it's been ridiculously hot. I don't know why people wear, I'm just grabbing a little bit of this on that putty brush that I bought with this. I don't understand when people wear ridiculously tight clothes when it's hot outside. I want to wear something loose and flowy. And frankly, I've been probably wearing unflattering flowy dresses because it's just been so bloody hot. Today it's supposed to be 104 Fahrenheit, which is pretty warm. Not as warm as it has been, but still pretty warm. So today, little tank top and a lavender or lilac colored flowy skirt that's from H&M. Actually, I think the top might be from H&M too. When I buy from H&M, I try to be cognizant of buying the sustainable line because I don't need to help create the problem, but if I do need something, I've been trying to be a little bit more conscientious with my purchases, not buying things just to buy things. Putty Blush, I still like these. I don't know who talks trash about them, but I actually like them. I think it's a nice color without being crazy. Okay, what else do I have in here? I do have a little of the jelly highlighter. Should we put a little highlighter in? I almost feel like I don't need highlighters today, but let me grab a little brush here. And I always rub it on the back of my hand first, kind of see what I'm getting into and to kind of diffuse it a little bit because I don't do crazy highlighter I don't need to be seen from Mars. I just want a little like healthy glow. So I pick up just a little tiny bit, tap it on the back of my hand to kind of help distribute it, buff it in, and that seems to work for me. A little bit right here, Cupid's bow. I do have an E.L.F. a matte lip color. I'm kind of using this to sort of line and then fill in a little bit on the outside. That is praline, so it's a matte. And then I'm going to take this plumping gloss here. I don't even know if it's been opened. This is called Sparkling Rosé. Figured since we did the kind of the pinkish blush. I grabbed a couple different colors because I didn't know which direction I was going to go. I would think that Sparkling Rosé would be like sparkly, like glittery, but it's not. All right, let's see if that'll magically plump the lips here. I did get one of these precision concealer sponges. I don't know if this one was a freebie or if it was just on sale. E.L.F. prices are good. It's just easy to get caught in the add to cart thing. I did get another one of these brushes, Complexion Duo. Again, I don't remember if this was one of the freebies or not. I like that E.L.F. does that. Their rewards program is probably one of my favorites when it comes to the online stores and makeup brands. I am going to go in with a little of the Perfect Finish HD powder. I washed a bunch of brushes and they're just sitting on my table in front of me. I will wash them again soon. Okay. Okay, this is that Desert Bouquet palette, and I mentioned in my video, I think one of my more recent videos where I talked about palettes that I'm using, this was one of the ones that were in the lineup of ones that I've been playing with, and I have been playing with it. I actually really do like it. I'm not going to do anything crazy colorful right now, so if you came looking for color inspiration, this is not that video. Come back in a couple days and you'll see 2 or 3 more looks with this palette that are using some of the more interesting fun colors. Today, since I am doing, you know, some work stuff, and because I really wanted to just test out the bronzers and that acne putty stuff, which by the way, looks perfectly fine. Maybe not quite as pore filling. I do need to put a little bit of concealer on here, but I'm not gonna do it yet. Okay, I am gonna go into this neutral, cool tone neutral shade called Terrarium. It's like the most neutral of the shades. And again, we're just doing a super simple work look today because I am working and it's hot because it's summer. This is one of those palettes from Morphe that does have a bit of kick up, but I did not put on any eyelid primer down first. It's just like literally the dregs of whatever I ran across my eyes, whether I did it intentionally or unintentionally. Should I zoom you in? I'll zoom you in. You know what? I hate to be all kinds of boring, but I'm gonna grab this little bit deeper shade right here. It's the one down below it. I guess I can read the names. The first one's Terrarium, the second one is Mud Mask. Mud Mask is gonna go kind of on the outside and into my crease. And I am using the same brush as much for efficiency and stuff like that as it is just because it's still in my hand, and chances are you might do the same thing. If you've got a brush that'll work for multiple things and the colors aren't gonna turn crazy, like you're not using an orange and a green or whatever else, but 2 shades of the same color, same taupe. And it actually, I think, maybe even helps kind of blend the shades together where you don't even know where one starts and one begins. Or if you really even needed the 2 shades, you might not have. I'm gonna go into this. This is a different column. I'm gonna go into this brown right here called Joshua Tree. Same brush. I just used basically the tip of the brush, and I'm depositing on the outside, and I'm going to bring it up here a little bit. Felt like it got just a tiny bit patchy, but again, not using an eyelid primer, which I think probably would help that. I just want to create this effect of darker on the outside and a little bit of lifting. And again, when I'm trying to get into a smaller space, I hold my brush straight on as opposed to at an angle. Okay, the brown is on. I'm gonna grab this shimmer right here called Take a Hike. And I'm just gonna put that all over my movable lid. Nothing fancy about this eye look, you guys. Neutral shades are work shades to me, and then they end up going a little bit too overboard, probably. Brown eyeshadow done. Dragging a little bit down below. I do need to go in. I've got this E.L.F. HD concealer, lifting concealer. This is my favorite one, and I do have marks on my nose from glasses. I try to keep it into the darkest shadow of my under eye bag. And I'm just gonna pat this out with a flat brush right now. Once I put it in that bag, that eye bag, I then kind of diffuse out. You know what? Normally I would do like an eyeliner or whatever else, and I'm just not, I feel like I just need to keep it as simple as possible. I do have an E.L.F. mascara, but it's not open. And it's not that Lash Out Loud one, which actually hurt the roots of my eyelashes when I went to put it on. So I just grabbed this Believe Beauty one. I figured I might as well just keep it, you know, budget, drugstore, whatever else. Let me put a quick coat of this on and then I'll be right back. Okay, you guys, I'm back. I've got a couple coats of mascara on. I don't see any weirdness with the Putty Primer. I don't see anything unusual or weird or different about the Putty Bronzer. Again, I do have it layered a little bit with their Putty Blush, a little bit of that HD setting powder. In fact, I think I need to do a little bit more underneath my eyes to see if I can't set that concealer just a little tiny bit. Okay, guys, that's it for super fast, quick, easy, non-eventful work makeup, because I really wanted to test out these Putty products, and so far I'm not upset. This is out of all of the E.L.F. setting sprays, this is my favorite. This is the one in collaboration with Jen Atkins. It says Miss Me. I think it smells good. It has a slight coconut scent, not unlike the hyaluronic setting mist from ColourPop. It's maybe even a little bit less potent than that, but a little tiny bit of a coconut scent is very refreshing. The mist is so fine. Again, this, I don't know what they did with the other stuff, but this is the better one, in my humble opinion. So I think I've got everything on that I was gonna put on. We're just gonna kind of go about our day here. If I do notice anything odd or different, I'll put them in the description box down below. Otherwise, come back in a couple days, and unless you're watching this like in the future. But if you're watching this real time, if you're watching this the day that I post the video, thank you so much. But come back in a couple days and I'll do a couple more looks with this palette, since there has been some interest, some questions about it, and I want to provide you guys the content you're looking for. So I hope everybody's doing really well. I'm going to get out of your hair and go do some other stuff. I hope you guys are doing really well, and until my next video, bye for now.